Hi, my name is Sam. This video is geared towards showing how to establish awareness. First step is to post a now event, and we do that by seeking a prior event that's close to or relates to what we're doing. In this case, I'll be using my three main calendars, which include the schedule, my efforts, and a clock to assess what I did. I search using the magnifier, and I'm searching just for a notify event. And when I enter notify and select the search, you'll see I come up with three different focus. First, the word notify, then the indication that I'm equating my focus to notify, and then thirdly, a tuple that consists of number, name, and value. The number here is a 4-part number series, which has 4 distinct elements: general what, and the following numbers represent when, what, and who, which is what we consider to be the minimum requirements of an event. The first set of data is 4 numbers. We use 0 and 1, 0 indicating that we recognize that we need data, 1 indicating that there is data there. And they represent those other elements of general what, then a specific when, what, and who. The center value is noted here as what. It's specific here, but it should be general as a type, and notify, which is the purpose of this initial step. When I reuse that event, I select it, use the last event of the same type. In this case, my calendars selected are not just effort. They include my schedule, open efforts, and the clock. But since I'm engaged in an effort, I'm going to focus on and reuse the last effort. I select it, I can duplicate it, and then the duplicate has to be updated to reflect my present date, time, and since we work with other people in different time zones, we have to confirm not just the mapping of date and time, but also the time zone. We're currently using present time zones of whomever's working. In short time, we'll start adding a universal time code element so that it can order things in a more easily understood format. We save the event, recognizing that we're giving it a name, which is comprised of when, what, who, and that name exists in the event as the name, the mapping, and at the beginning of the memo and the end of the memo. So it has 4 points of existence in the event. The event lands in my present day, which is currently January 14th. Over here, I'm a bit lost, but you can see there's the event. So the event exists as a post on the calendar, and now we orient it from the present focus to know what's prior and what's next. And in this case, we're working at both the level of the focus on the event as well as the container of the event, which is the day. The prior day would be the 13th. The next day is the 15th. I don't have anything scheduled or showing as scheduled on the 15th or even for the next week. And that's my need for administrative support, that people would be able to post, show what they're doing, and then recognize the need to orient their awareness to know that from where they stand, they can post, relate, and link prior, present, and next events. Any one of my events, if they were reconciled, would relate and link to a need to post both present, prior, and next events, as well as scheduled events. So in this case, we're going from the calendar, which will embed a link to go to the document. We document those efforts, and to be aware that they exist in a relation from the moment to the day to the week, and then from the week we go to the quarter, half, and year. And we can pivot and display those relations at a calendar level event, at a document level view, and then we reconcile using Google Sheets, and we do that through photo shared sets called albums. Excuse me. So over here, I'm trying to show that I'm going to be now orienting my view so that I can establish the awareness of the present, the prior, and the next at all of those levels: the day, the week, the half, the month, the quarter, the half, and the year. And this event is open to collaboration when we collaborate at the level of this source event's focus. So now we go into the document, and the document where we'll collaborate is dependent on the day we stand. So if a person is a day ahead and they're going to support my efforts, they're going to go to the day that I posted the effort. If it was an effort from the past, they would relate and link to the past and work at that collaborate document. The collaborate document is going to be bounded so that it has a begin and end of the document, and it orients itself on the x-axis, left to right, the y-axis, top to bottom, and then it branches into its container, which in this case is a focus of a day, and it has a document that's a journal container at the level of the day, so that you would also be able to navigate by the link that relates it to the prior day and the next day. You could see the first mapping indicating that we are associating the time at the levels of day, week, month, and up to the year. All of these are embedded with a link that allows us to click to go to those particular focus points. At this point, this is as deep as we need to get, but each of these points is symbolized with a begin, a focus, and an end, so that each focal point is first viewed as an x-axis orientation, so that it has a beginning, it has a focus, and it has an end. When we get within that focal point, we recognize it also has a foundation and an ideal. And then since we set boundaries, we've objectified our focus so that it also has those things which we expect to be within our focus and those things which are outside of our focus. This represents or depicts in a graphical sense an O, where we have an object, we have a focal point within it, so we have almost a donut shape, two O's. One is indicating the inner focus, the boundary, and then the outer boundary that separates those things that are related and have context relation of orientation but are not packaged within our focus. And we do that through orientation so that we can go from and to any point at different levels or scopes. We'll deal with that in the next video. Thank you. Initial recording was made without recording audio. I recorded the video and did an audio but failed to record it. I've just woken up after a short nap, so I'm a bit discombobulated. I'm not with it. What I'm trying to do here is convey how to document and share the ability to collaborate and do so with links. I'll do videos that establish these different communication points. It'll be a bit helter-skelter. Please bear with me. We're using Google Apps presently to do so, and the next ones will indicate where you go to find the definition of the terms, as well as how you can have a point of focus that establishes what it is we're trying to get to. So we'll know what our goal is, we'll know the name of the workflow that achieves it, and we'll have a visual of what it means to successfully achieve the objective. Thanks.